want to say Merry Christmas to all of our campuses and give a shout out to everybody who's joining us online and all of you who are joining us at our extensions all over the world. It's so great to be together for Christmas. And I want to begin my message with just a little something that happened to me earlier this year. So Stacy and I have had the privilege of visiting several of our international campuses this year. And we were in the Philippines in early October. And I'm walking through a mall in the Philippines and I'm hearing Christmas music. I'm like, this is Christmas music in October. And I walked up to our campus pastor there and he said, oh yeah, that's the way we do it in the Philippines. We start real early. And you know, it's interesting, Christmas brings up a lot for all of us. And there are some of you, you're like, Christmas music November 1st or even like earlier. How many of you guys are like that? You're like, you just keep it going all year long. Some of you keep your Christmas lights up all year as well. But you know, Christmas is a time for a lot of people that they look forward to all year long. There's so much joy, anticipation. And then there are others that Christmas is a time that really brings a lot of grief to our lives, a lot of emptiness. And perhaps at Christmas time, it reminds you of the things that are not right in your life. I still remember the first Christmas that Stacy and I celebrated together, our first year after being married. We went to her house, her family, they had all their traditions, and I remember that night laying down after my first Christmas married to her, and there was a sadness inside of my heart I couldn't put my finger on. And it made me remember how all of my childhood, a good portion of it, as I was separated, my parents were separated from my 11th year on, I always felt like something was missing during the holidays. There was somebody I loved that I wasn't with. And perhaps today you're here and you're listening to my voice and you feel like something is missing in your life. Somebody said one time that Christmas is a great magnifier of our lives. So if things are really good, it looks really good at Christmas. And if things are really bad, it looks really bad at Christmas. And as we come together in this massive holiday, it reminds me of a proverb. I want to read this to you. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 13. And this is the way Christmas oftentimes, it describes two ways that people often live. 13:12, it says this: hope deferred makes a heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. And what Solomon is saying is that when you have something you're longing for, if it keeps getting pushed back, there's a sense in which it makes your heart sick. Maybe this holiday season, there are things that keep getting pushed back on you. Maybe you thought you'd be married by now. Maybe you thought you'd have kids by now. Maybe you thought you'd be satisfied in life and content by now. Maybe you thought that inner critic still wouldn't be with you by now. And that hope just keeps getting pushed back further and further. Solomon also says, in addition to this, not only does the heart get sick when hope is deferred, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. That means that there's a joy, there's a blossoming that comes when a longing is filled. Now, Christmas does fulfill longings for some. One of the longings that Christmas always fulfills